Okay, today we are going to unlock a super simple but really powerful trick that will completely change how you work with AI. And I'm serious. No coding, no fancy software. It's just a smarter way to talk to your AI that gets you way, way better results. I want you to just think about this for a second. What if every single time you opened up a chat, the AI already knew who you were? It knew your brand voice, your project goals, your style, all of it. You'd never have to start from that frustrating blank slate ever again. Well, that's exactly the problem we're going to solve right now.
All right, let's get into it. The secret here isn't some brand new, complicated piece of tech. Nope, it actually has a pretty simple and, honestly, kind of cool origin story.
So picture this. It's 2004. A writer named John Gruber has this problem. He wants to write stuff for the internet, but he hates looking at all that ugly HTML code. So he came up with a simple goal. Create a way to format text that was easy for a person to read and write, but also super easy for a computer to understand. And here's the wild part. He wasn't thinking about AI at all. He was making this for people, for us.
So, what even is Markdown? Honestly, it's just a way of adding some structure to plain old text using symbols you already use every day. You know, like a hashtag for a title or a little star for a bullet point. The most important thing to get is that it's not a program you have to buy. It's just a regular text file that you give a special name tag, .md. That's it.
Right, so if this thing was made way back in 2004 for writers, how did it suddenly become this secret superpower for working with AI today? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. Here's the best way to think about it. Giving an AI a regular document is like handing it a map with no street signs, no labels, nothing. It has to guess where to go. But giving it a Markdown file, that's like giving it a perfectly marked roadmap with every highway, street, and landmark clearly labeled. It knows exactly where to look. You've seen this before, right? A giant wall of text. When an AI sees this, it has to burn a ton of energy just guessing what's important. Is this a headline? Is that a key takeaway? Or is it just a random sentence? All that guesswork is exactly where mistakes and bad results come from. But now, look at this. It's the same information, but with a few simple symbols, the whole thing becomes crystal clear. The AI doesn't have to guess anymore. It instantly sees, okay, that's the main idea, these are the key points, and that's a sub-idea. The structure itself tells the story. And the difference in performance is, it's night and day. That messy text file is a confusing map that guarantees errors. But the Markdown file, it's a clean, organized hierarchy. That means you get higher accuracy, you get it faster, and you get way fewer of those weird AI hallucinations. It's just a fundamentally smarter way to communicate. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds great, but how do I actually make one of these files? Well, this is the best part. It is so easy. You don't need to be technical whatsoever. I'm not kidding. You don't have to buy anything, you don't have to download anything, and you definitely don't have to install anything. The tools you need are already sitting on your computer right now. It's literally just 3 steps. Step 1, open a super basic text app, like Notepad on Windows or TextEdit on a Mac. Step 2, just type out your notes like you normally would, using those simple symbols. And step 3, this is the only trick. When you go to save it, just change the little file extension at the end from .txt to .md. That's all there is to it. Yep, you're just changing the name tag on the file. By changing it to .md, you're basically giving the AI the secret handshake. You're telling it, hey, pay attention. This file has a clear structure inside, and that unlocks a whole new level of performance. All right, this is where we put it all together. We're going to take that one simple file and turn it into a system that completely solves that AI amnesia problem forever. Let me introduce you to the context library. Now, this sounds fancy, but it's really just a folder on your desktop where you start saving these .md files. Think of it as an amnesia-proof external brain for your AI. Each file is like a chapter in the operating manual for you and your work. And you'll basically make 2 types of files. First, you'll have your general use files. This is like your professional DNA, your brand voice, your communication style. All the stuff that's true no matter what project you're working on. Then you'll have project-specific files. Think of these as the mission briefing for a single task. All the goals, data, and notes for that one thing. Now your workflow becomes a total game changer. Before you even think about writing a prompt, you just drag and drop the right Markdown files into the chat. First, you drop in your professional DNA file. Then you drop in the mission briefing file. Now you write your prompt because the AI is completely up to speed. And just like that, with this one tiny change to your habit, you've turned a generic, forgetful chatbot into a highly specialized strategic partner that actually understands you. The quality of work you're going to get back is going to be on a completely different level. So I'll just leave you with this one question. Now that you see how simple and powerful this is, what's the very first manual you're going to write for your AI? Is it going to be your brand voice, the goals for that big project you're working on? The possibilities here are absolutely endless.